Greetings. We continue today with part 2 of the wages of unrighteousness from 2 Peter 2, 15 and 16. We were in the book of Numbers 22. The verses 26 and 27 say, a third time the donkey fell down under Balaam at seeing the danger, and she was smitten for a third time by Balaam. Verse 28 says, and the Lord opened the mouth of the ass or the donkey, and she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me. I would that there were a sword in my hand, for now I would kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, am I not thine ass upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, no. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his face and fell flat upon his face. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. An observation, the answer to Balaam's first request should have been considered the center of God's will. The answer to the second, his permissive will, a test to see where his loyalty actually lay. You might say, but God said he could go. But God had already told him not to go. The answer was, first answer was God's will. The second was an allowance for Balaam's will. Would you say that's true for us also? You ever go to God and he says no and say, well, how about this time, God? And he says, whatever, But we do the same thing. That's why this is written. Verse 33 continues and says, and the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now I had also slain thee and saved her alive. And Balaam said unto the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get me back again. And the angel of the Lord said unto Balaam, go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. Verses 36 through 41 record the arrival, the reception, and the offering of 7 offerings on 7 altars by King Balak to his idol god Baal. As we continue in Numbers 23, 1 through 4, we find Balaam offering 7 offerings on 7 altars to the true God Jehovah. In verses 5 through 10, God gives Balaam the message to convey to Balak, which is a blessing upon Israel, and not the curse which Balak desired. Balak protests this blessing and proposes a, quote, change of venue, as we would say today, in order to make another attempt in getting what he wanted in verses 11 through 13 of Numbers 23. Verse 14 declares the field of Zophim to the top of Pisgah was selected, and 7 offerings upon 7 altars was repeated. In verses 15 through 17, Balaam leaves Balak by the altars and withdraws to allow God to speak his message to him. God's message is recorded in verses 18 through 24 of Numbers 23. And again, a blessing and not a curse. We'll just read verses 23 and 24. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God established. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift himself up as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey, and drink the blood of the slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. So if we would say today, he says, well, if you can't curse them, certainly don't bless them. And verses 26 through 30 reveals a third location, repetition of the altars and offerings, and that brings us to Numbers chapter Number 24.